Number 52 right next to it is a survivor from the days of the construction of the railroad. I know it doesn't look like it survived very well, but it is a survivor. The National Park Service, a lot of good information about the town, the gold rush and so forth in there. Over here on the left side of the bus, this is the Red Onion Saloon. Downstairs is still an operational saloon. Upstairs is not an operational brothel, even though the red lights are on up there. Coming up next on the left is the City of Skagway Visitor Center. It used to be the Arctic Brotherhood Union Hall, decorated with over 10,000 pieces of driftwood. Look at all that. Also coming up on the left is the Golden North Hotel. No longer used as a hotel. They have structural issues in there that they have to repair. On the right, the mascot. The mascot is a Park Service display of one of the many, many taverns that was in Skagway during the gold rush. There were anywhere from 80 to 100 of those taverns in Skagway. It all depended on what day you wanted to count them. They could come and go very quickly. The City of Skagway is a historically registered town. So this is a park of sorts. All these buildings you see, these are originals from back in the old gold rush days, and this is what they look like. Now, visually, from today all the way back to the days of the gold rush in the late 1890s, the only difference going out here, as you're looking out here, the differences is big utility poles weren't there. The street is now paved, and the railroad tracks no longer run down the middle of this. The city would love to get rid of those boardwalks. A lot of maintenance there. We're coming up here to a business on the right, Kermsey's Curios. Now the reason I'm pointing this business not out, I'm not pushing for the business, but this is one of the old original businesses that is still owned by the original family that started it up originally way back when. We have several families in Skagway from the gold rush days. We call them Skagway royalty. It's pretty much because they can be royal pains in the back end, but that's a whole different story. Coming up on the left, we have the Wells Fargo Bank. It used to be the Bank of Alaska, and before that, back in the early 1900s, it was the Commerce Bank of Canada. 1902, a fellow went in there to rob the bank. He had a couple of sticks of dynamite in his pocket along with a pistol. As he walked in the bank, the teller looked up, saw him coming, turned and ran toward the back of the bank to try and get away. He reached down to pull the pistol out to stop the teller, grabbing the pistol, pulling it out, and in process accidentally discharged the pistol, hitting the stick of dynamite, ending that career right then and there. Out the front part of the bus here is the McKay Building. The McKay Building is the only stone-faced building in the entire town. It started out as a girls' school. The territory. How many people on the bus like fresh salmon? Anybody like fresh salmon? Yeah. Oh, look at all those hands. Wow. You look over here to the right. You see this little creek? That's an active salmon stream. All right, here shortly, and I'm saying real shortly because the fish are in the bottom part of the creek, but they haven't come up this far yet. We've got salmon coming up now. During the Second World War, the United States Army came into town, completely took over the railroad. They were sending men, material, and supplies that would come in through the harbor up into Whitehorse, Canada, where they were building the Alaska Highway. In this area here, we have all this abandoned equipment sitting around. You got the old locomotive sitting there. We've had this mining stuff sitting here. And for anybody who's interested in the old style machinery, coming up on the right, back in the brush here, is an old steam shovel just sitting back in there. And as I make the turn, we're very, very quiet. And you look off to the right, you can see the bears. Hey, I'm desperate. I'll take anything. On the left, you see this red house that's on the corner. During the gold rush, downstairs used to be a bakery. Upstairs, it used to be a brothel. The sign out front used to say, "Get your warm buns here." That's it. You look off to the left, and that's downtown Skagway. That's rush hour. That's it right now. No, the official population of Skagway is 986 people. We have 2 cruise ships in town today, so the population will increase by about 5,000 people. So it'll be an interesting day. As we make the turn and you look to the left, you see the Assembly of God Church. It's painted red. Right next to the Assembly of God Church here on the left is the Catholic Church. It's painted green. We have a Presbyterian church in Skagway. It's painted white. The Mormon church is brown. What I'm telling you, the churches in Skagway are color-coded, and it makes it so much easier to be in the right church. Sunday mornings are tough mornings, boy. To Saturday nights, you know how that goes, right? Over here on the left is the bike and the skateboard park for the kids. Kids love that park. They have a great time in there. They built that park the exact same time they built our brand new medical clinic in Skagway. Yeah, that was not a coincidence, I'm sure. The thing of it is, though, is we don't have a doctor in Skagway. We have no doctor in this town. We have no dentist in this town. We do have an excellent nursing staff, nurse practitioner, who can take care of your normal, everyday ills, chills, colds, flu, and minor injuries and this kind of thing. If you have something that's serious or an emergency, they can send you to the hospital in Juneau, Anchorage, Seattle. It all depends on the needs of your emergency. But you do need to schedule your emergency around the weather, because if the airport's locked in, you're not going anywhere. And that can be a serious consideration, especially in the wintertime. Here on the right, this construction, this is our brand new fire department and police department. The fire department's only got 1 truck, so I'm not sure where the police is going to get so much room. I mean, we have, 6 officers in the summertime?